So, for the past few months, I felt the heat of an extensive K-pop burnout fall over me. There were a lot of factors at play for this to happen to me, but a lot of it was just due to how stale and stagnant K-pop has become. I mean, I've been a fan since I was 10. There's only so many times I can listen to the same rehashed concepts or hear the same sounding songs without feeling bored. And this isn't me trying to blame K-pop for not being innovative enough. Trends come and go and they sell if the right companies capitalize off them at the right time. I'm just saying all of these factors made me feel very bored of current K-pop. Anyways, I'm saying all of this to set up the fact that I've been broadening my horizons. I've been listening to different genres of music from different countries, so music I wouldn't normally listen to has been getting pushed more and more frequently. A few days ago, while scrolling through YouTube, a music video called Kiss Plan by J-pop group MLK stumbled into my feed, and let's just say, I was hooked. The song was fresh and the music video had all of my favorite elements from K-pop. The gorgeous styling, makeup, satisfying choreography shots, even the song was pure ear candy. I can only describe the feeling viewing the video gave me akin to the fresh 2016 through 18 feeling K-pop had when I wasn't oversaturated with the genre. My next instinct was to wonder why I haven't heard of a group like this before, so I sleuthed around for their past works and let's just say, I wasn't expecting the drastic turn they had taken. What happened to the plot? This song is pure, bright, and preppy, overstimulating J-pop. All of the elements that made me steer away from J-pop, the key changes, overwhelming choruses, abrupt switch-ups, 90s aesthetic and group team outfits reminiscent of Power Rangers were all here. And I'm not saying any of this to insult J-pop, it's just, for the most part, not my style of music. All of the stereotypes I'd built up surrounding J-pop were in this music video. Topaz is so unapologetically a J-pop song, it could never be mistaken for anything else. So how did we jarringly get from here to Kiss Plan? A song I could have honestly mistaken for a K-pop song if I didn't spend like 3 years of my life learning Korean. That's what I'd like to explore in this video, as I don't think MLK is the only Japanese-based group I've seen steering in this direction. At this point, I feel we should look no further than XG.
I know I can't afford to stop for a moment, that it's too soon, too soon. Riding, so shining for sure. Ooh, I am looking so lavish. Ooh, I put it like it's a habit.
XG is a group who needs no introduction. They debuted in 2022 and took the world by storm. But how did they? Well, despite being based in Japan, XG doesn't frame themselves as a Japanese group. Instead, they market themselves as an international group. And how do they earn their acclaim in the international market? By mirroring K-pop, arguably the biggest producers of East Asian music in the West. XG almost exclusively sings in English. They trained in Korean music companies and perform on Korean music shows. And don't get it wrong, this isn't an attempt of appeasement of Korea, like K-pop groups do with their Japanese releases, but rather XG's company sees themselves as in direct competition with K-pop. AVEX's CEO has gone on the record saying, "Why do we have to lose to Koreans? The Japanese can do it also. Even Koreans sent out a singer like BoA to Japan to mimic us. Since we are on the losing side, we asked to work with Korean producers and did it." Now, I'm not here to deconstruct how problematic and childish these statements are, but rather it's a very interesting reflection on why Japanese-based groups are starting to mirror the aspects that made K-pop groups so popular. In an attempt to add nuance to this conversation, I must mention K-pop isn't very original either. As we all know, K-pop was built off of Black American music, fashion trends, and language.
I'm a bad in this, I'm a hurt in this. You feel me? You're in the building, period. Girl, what did you say, girl? Boom, bitch.
It's like that, yo nigga.
What the hell is he talking about? He ain't black.
You need to leave. That is disgusting.
Ironically enough, the world loves black culture, but not black faces. It would be foolish to say Asians have it any easier, with plights like the model minority myth, the insane Korean beauty standards, and Asians becoming increasingly fetishized throughout the late 2010s and early 2020s. It kind of created the perfect storm for K-pop to blow up whilst mirroring black culture. XG is doing the same. We see the girls in braids, using black scents, wearing grills, and using AAVE. But it's all glossed over with a K-pop coat of paint. So even people who judge these aspects of black culture will find it fresh and cool when XG does it. K-pop was built off these fundamentals too. But while K-pop is losing the plot by making Christian horse girl music that sounds like you just fed Ed Sheeran's discography into an AI generator, XG is doubling down and parroting what the general American public actually listens to. XG is winning the war. Now that we've established the why, let's look over an example of when all the stars align and we get an amazing fusion of K-pop elements, J-pop, and American culture. Psychic Fever is a group I and many others have only now been getting into due to TikTok. They've just had a comeback featuring the song Just Like That, and oh my god, it's amazing. The song is an Atlanta-based track, which, with the chokehold club music has had over K-pop due to New Jeans, this song feels like such a natural evolution of the trend, without feeling redundant like a lot of the other songs that decide to just tap into Jersey club or Baltimore bass just because it's popular. The song feels so nostalgic and timeless, reminiscent of an early 2000s boy group track. The song doesn't feel like a parody or a cheap recreation of American music, instead it fits in so seamlessly, and this is immensely helped by the fact the group features mixed members, specifically Jimmy, who's Japanese and Nigerian, and Wisa, who's Moroccan and Japanese. K-pop has always felt like an exclusive little club that only really uses non-East Asian people as a gimmick at most, whilst J-pop has historically been more open to non-Japanese or mixed-race people. And this has worked so well in Psychic Fever's favor. You should totally check out their music, especially if you're into the East Coast club scene in K-pop. You're bound to find at least a few tracks from them that you'd like. With groups like XG and Black Swan becoming more and more popular, K-pop companies have noticed there actually is the market for a true international girl group. Come Spawn, A2K, and Dream Academy. I can't speak for Dream Academy, but Vicha's debut has solidified the fact to me that K-pop companies fundamentally don't understand what we want. I wanted to like Vicha so badly. They're so pretty and they're so cute and they even have a Latina member. Like, that's my prima right there. Like, I wanted her to succeed so badly, you don't get it. But JYP really doesn't. Because while XG and Psychic Fever understand the plot, Vicha is getting music that belongs on the My Little Pony Equestria Girls soundtrack. And this music isn't inherently bad, but I promise you the American market doesn't appreciate it any more than what K-pop groups have already been doing. Why are we trading out our Dittos and our D4s for boys like you? Why do we get ashamed to release trap, R&B, club, drill, jazz, etc. once we're trying to get on American billboards? Who do you think made these genres? Pop music has the potential to be very good, but with juvenile, meaningless lyrics and instrumentals that are as simple to digest as a piece of gum, these songs just feel fake and phony. It's funny because that's the same way K-pop groups who imitate black culture feel inauthentic. But at least the music itself is genuinely good. I've already served my time in H&M stores, like, please no more of this. Anyways, now that we're wrapping up the video, I want to say that I'm excited. I know I framed a majority of this video as K-pop versus J-pop, but genuinely, these changes should be welcomed. As someone who's never connected with J-pop, I keep finding more and more groups coming out of the woodworks and absolutely impressing me. I can't wait to see more of them. So, thank you for watching if you made it this far. It would mean a lot if you subscribed, but anyways, have a nice day. Goodbye.